Reinforcements
Yes,
have
sir.
arrived.
Affirmative.
Low power.
Yes, sir. For king and country.
Building. On hold. Cancel. Building. Training.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting.
Unable to comply. Building in progress. Construction complete.
Yes, sir.
Building.
On my way. For king and country.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir. Vehicle reporting.
Repairing. Repairing. Unit ready. Training. Construction
Yes,
complete.
sir. Affirmative.
Commander.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Commander. Indeed. On my way. Commander.
Unit
Indeed.
ready. Training. Construction complete. Building infiltrated. Building. Unit ready.
Yes, sir. On my way.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. For king and country.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Base is under attack.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Reporting.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Agreed. Yes, sir.
Commander. Indeed.
Construction complete.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Acknowledged.
New construction options. Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
M.A.D. tank deployed.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
On hold. Cancel. Repairing. 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 Building.
Yes, sir. Awaiting order.
Construction
Acknowledged. Yes, sir.
complete.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Construction complete. Building. Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Commander. Indeed. On my way. Yes, sir. On my way. Yes, sir. Indeed.
Unit ready. Building. Building.
Commander. On my way. For king and country.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Vehicle report. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged.
Building
Affirmative.
infiltrated.
Affirmative.
Building infiltrated.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Base is under
Acknowledged.
attack.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Construction
Yes, sir.
complete.
King and country.
Unit lost. Building infiltrated.
Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Awaiting orders. Yes, sir.
Colosseum
Yes, sir.
ready.
Vehicle reporting.
Awaiting orders.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting order. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Vehicle reporting.
New construction options. Unit lost. Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting.
Colosseum
Acknowledged.
charging.
Reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Awaiting order. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Base is under attack. Low power.
Vehicle
Building.
reporting.
On hold. Cancel.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Construction complete. Cannot deploy here. Building.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Building. Training. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Affirmative.
Base is under attack.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting.
On hold. Cancel. Training.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Unit
Awaiting
ready.
orders. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Reporting. Affirmative. Vehicle report. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
I hear you.
Chronosphere ready.
Oh, I'll get my range. No,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Door landing bomb.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient
Door
funds.
landing bomb. Rise and shine. See? I'll get my range.
Base is under attack.
I hear you.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Training.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged.
On hold.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative. Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Training.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Huh? I hear you.
Awaiting
Sure
orders.
thing, boss.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yeah. Moving
Yes,
out.
sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir.
Our
Affirmative.
base is under
Acknowledged.
attack.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Repairing.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Construction
Yes, sir.
complete.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Acknowledged.
Howdy? Yes, sir.
Building.
Awaiting orders. Vehicle reporting.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting.
Construction complete. Building.
Yes, sir.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged.
Construction complete.
Acknowledged.
Repairing. Building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building. On hold. Cancel.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Base is under attack.
Awaiting orders.
Unit lost.
Vehicle reporting.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Huh? I hear
Yes,
you.
sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Howdy? I'm
Yes,
in my
sir.
range.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
What? Moving out.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Credits stolen.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Building. On hold. Cancel. Building. Training.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes, sir.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Training. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Training.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Training.
Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Training.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Yeah, affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Huh?
Building.
Vehicle affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Vehicle
Unit
reporting.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit
Acknowledged.
ready. Building.
Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Reporting. Affirmative.
Waiting order.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Vehicle
Acknowledged.
reporting.
Building.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Credits
Yeah.
stolen.
Moving out.
Credits stolen. Unit lost.
Reporting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Yes,
Unit
sir.
ready. Building.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Reporting.
Sure thing, Bob.
Unable to comply. Building in progress. Construction complete. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Training. Unit ready. Building.
Reporting.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Training. Building.
Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Training. Building. Construction complete. Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Training.
Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir.
Training. Unit
Awaiting
ready.
orders.
Building. Unit ready. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Awaiting orders.
Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting.
Building. Unit ready.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Yeah.
Base is under attack. Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready. Building.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Reporting.
Affirmative. 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 Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged.
Credits.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building. Credits stolen.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Reporting.
Training.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged. Affirmative.
Training.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative.
Unit ready. Training.
Reporting.
Unit ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Acknowledged.
Ready.
Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Negative. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit lost.
Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Affirmative.
What? Moving out. Moving out.
Reporting.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Awaiting order. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Negative. Reporting. Acknowledged.
Credits stolen. Building. Credits stolen.
Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Reporting.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Affirmative.
Building.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Ready.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Vehicle acknowledged. Waiting orders. Acknowledged.
Unit ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Waiting
Unit
orders.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Affirmative.
Reporting.
Unit lost.
Acknowledged. Vehicle report. Affirmative.
lost.
Reporting.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Unit
Vehicle
ready.
reporting. Affirmative.
Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir.
Unit
Acknowledged.
lost. Unit
Yes, sir.
lost.
Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Unit
Waiting
lost.
order. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit
Yes, sir.
ready.
Acknowledged.
Building.
Acknowledged. At once.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Unit ready. Building.
Waiting order. Affirmative.
Unit ready.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Building.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready.
Yes, sir.
Building.
Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Select target. Chronosphere charging.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. 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 Acknowledged.
On hold. Unit lost.
Acknowledged.
Cancel.
Affirmative.
Training.
Yes, sir.
Vehicle reporting.
Acknowledged.
Insufficient
Vehicle
funds.
reporting.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting orders. Acknowledged.
Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Waiting order. Reporting. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. 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 Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Vehicle acknowledged.
Unit ready. Training.
Engineering. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
On hold. Insufficient funds. Cancel. Building.
Acknowledged.
Reporting.
Acknowledged.
Yes, sir.
Reporting.
Construction
Acknowledged.
complete. Unit
Yes.
lost. Unit lost.
Affirmative.
Unit
Affirmative.
lost. Unit lost. Unit lost. Cancel.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
Chronosphere ready. Building. Select target. Chronosphere
Reporting.
charging.
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Construction complete. New construction options.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Building.
Affirmative.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative.
Insufficient funds.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Vehicle
Unit
reporting.
lost.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged.
Building.
Reporting. Acknowledged. Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Awaiting orders.
Reporting. Acknowledged.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Awaiting orders. Affirmative.
Building. On hold. Cancel. Construction complete. Building. On hold. Insufficient funds. Chronosphere ready.
Awaiting
Chronosphere
orders.
charging.
Acknowledged.
Unit
Affirmative.
ready. Building.
Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Unit lost.
Vehicle reporting. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Vehicle
Insufficient
reporting.
funds.
Affirmative. 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 Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Unit lost. Building.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Unit ready. Building.
Vehicle reporting. Affirmative. Reporting.
Yes, sir.
Affirmative. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Awaiting orders. Acknowledged.
Insufficient funds. Mission accomplished.
Commander, I didn't expect you for a couple of days. I was just talking about you to the wigs upstairs. I guess saving London from getting nuked was kind of an attention grabber. The Prime Minister just sent over a big basket of, I don't know, crumpets, kind of a consolation prize. You know, we get Poland, they get crumpets. Well, I know you have other missions that you've got to take care of. Don't let me slow you down. Keep up the good work, son. Commander, or I should say General, are you still on duty? Go home. Have a beer. You're a hero. Hell, we're all heroes.